Let's begin.
To begin with, I should probably explain why I believe this is the most powerful and important crowdfunding video you're ever going to watch. The reason is I need to talk to two people, and the truth is both of them might be inside of you. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but let me explain here. First person I want to talk to is the person that's decided absolutely they're going to use crowdfunding to be able to take their new business or idea or cause or project to the next level. For you, I want to say well done. I think it's a great decision. However, I also want you to understand something. Most crowdfunding campaigns fail to hit their target. In fact, 60%, even more than 60%, fail. Now, I don't want you to think I'm trying to burst your bubble or shatter your dream. Not the case. I just want you to understand what you're getting into. And after spending so much time with clients and reverse engineering campaigns, I've realized that I think, and I'm not saying this personally, so don't take it the wrong way, but I think most people really don't take their campaigns seriously enough to really succeed. So I've got 4 suggestions I'm going to make that I think will help you have a better chance of winning. Number 1 is you need to act and proceed like you don't know everything, because you don't. And if you think you do, well, guess what? You just blew it, because the truth is, especially with something like crowdfunding, things are changing and innovating, and there's new best practices, and they're happening all the time. You just have to spend an enormous amount of time just to keep up. The truth is, if you really want to be successful with a crowdfunding campaign, act as if you don't know everything, because that's the beginning of wisdom. Always be digging and looking and asking questions and finding out new ideas so you can be more successful. Second big thing that I think is really important is you need to ask for help. Don't act like you've got it all together, and don't think you're only going to ask a few of your friends to help you out. The truth is, with crowdfunding, you have to ask the entire planet to help you out just a little bit. There's no shame in this. Understand, that's the way crowdfunding works. You just have to get it through your head that you've got to constantly be in the habit of asking people. Otherwise, if you're not asking people to either help fund your project or help push out on a message, you're probably not going to have very much success, and you're never going to get your campaign to go viral. Number 3, you've got to work your butt off. And butt's not the word I wanted to use, and you know the one I was going to use, but I'm trying to keep this a family show here. Truth is, you're going to have to work this thing 24/7, several weeks before the campaign, definitely through the campaign and after the campaign. If you're not willing to make that commitment, I can promise you, you're not going to have a very good chance at succeeding. And number 4, this is really important. Don't you quit. When your campaign is in operation, maybe the first week it doesn't go the way you want, you're going to say, well, I'm going to stop, and whoa. Don't you disrespect the people that have already helped you get this far. Don't you disrespect the people that have already committed to your campaign, and don't you give up on something so important. Because if it wasn't important, you wouldn't have launched at the beginning. I understand that sometimes you don't get the traction as quickly as you want, but that's okay, because momentum taps in. See, here's what you have to realize. Just like doubling a penny, you know, a penny is 1 penny, then 2, then 4, then 8. Not really sexy, right? But when you start doubling it as time goes on, I'm sure you've heard that you'll have over 1 million pennies a month. Crowdfunding campaigns very much work the same way very often. They'll have small success, but then they go up into a hockey stick and they can explode. So don't you give up on your campaign. It's not worth it to you, and it's not worth it to the people that have already supported you. Oh yeah, what about that second person? Second person is the one that's decided that they're not going to use crowdfunding. For whatever reason, they've decided they don't want to stick their neck out. And look, I understand, especially after what I just told you. You might be thinking, well, you know, John, that's really difficult, but based on what you just said, to really succeed. But here's my message to you. Don't you give up. Don't you quit. You have an idea inside, a dream. This is an opportunity for you to be able to take that dream around the world, get acceptance around the world, and get funded. Look, I understand you might think, well, I could fail. That's true. You might think, well, I don't have enough skill. That also might be true. But here's what's even more true. If you give up on your potential campaign, if you give up on your dream, your cause, you're giving up on you. And that's not acceptable. That's not okay. Because see, here's the thing. Many years from now, you're going to wish that you at least took that shot. So I want to encourage you, if you've got a dream, if you've got something inside, even though the deck might be stacked against you, here's the great thing about crowdfunding. You don't have to do it alone. See, it used to be when we start a new business as an entrepreneur where we were kind of out cold, we were, kind of by ourselves, we might have a few friends that would help us, but now, crowdfunding not only gives you the opportunity to fund a project with people around the world, it allows you to get support and traction from people around the world. See, that's what's so great about it. That's what's so powerful. And even though you might think right now you can't win, you can't make it happen, and that might be true, with crowdfunding, with the ability to be able to take what you're doing global, all of a sudden, we've just leveled the playing field.